Let's cover. Oh, Hollywood's just an ass. I'm gonna have to prepare for Hollywood properly. I've actually got an idea for Numbani. We don't need a spawn. We just need A. We just need point A. No, point A. There is again like for whatever reason there is a lot of comps you can run and you'll see everything possible you can on ladder. Wrecked. Lol. Um, mad respect. Um, but yeah, so you will see like anything. You'll see from Ryan's and Zarya's holding here to Arissa's and Hogs or Divas holding here to Winston's and Divas holding here. Like I've seen everything, absolutely everything. One thing they all have in common is the stupidest thing. I mean, he's right. The stupidest thing I have seen is holding point. It's just, it's just brings a tear to my eye because holding point makes no sense. First off, you give up all high ground to hold point, which is stupid already. So, guys, don't hold low ground. Whatever happens, first just don't hold low ground. If you have to reset for the next fight, go high. Go back onto the high ground. Don't hold low ground. um, I mean, typically you'll see Ryan's and the Risses hold here as well. Just basically prevents the team from going this way. Um, the reason why Winston's and Divas hold this particular corner here is because they've got an option to go to this high ground, to drop, to collapse on someone here, to collapse back onto another. Like if the attacker's running dive, they've got the option to collapse back. Um, the only thing I have noticed now, like the old school thing used to be that you have an Anna, let's just say an Anna or a Zen all the way back here. This is a bit more problematic now because of Hanzos and Widows and Farahs and all that kind of thing. Um, so you're more likely to see Zens hold around here or around here. Um, and even if you do have, let's just say, do have an Anna, it goes the same. More likely, like they'll hold here with a core. Um, and Zens do. It really depends on what composition you're running, but yeah, I mean, dive is more um, valid, I guess, for attackers, just so you can get onto the high ground and you can utilize high grounds. Um, defensively, defensively again, um, like there's drawbacks to running Hog and Orisa. There is definitely drawbacks because once you're set up, it's very hard to transition. And same goes for Ryan Zarya. If you're set up on this ground, you can't exactly just hop across to this high ground. Um, Diable, Diable, Dive is more valid, I would say, for attack and defense. And defense. However, yeah, it just like if someone runs Ryan Zara or Hogorissa on defense A, then cool, it's all right. It's nothing to be, there's nothing to scoff at. Basically, it's pretty good either way. But yeah, overall, I think dive still has the precedence over the rest of compositions on A. And there's so much, like there's so many different ways to hold A. You can hold, like I said, you can hug this corner here, you can hug here, you can hold here, you can just don't hold low ground. It's just you give up high ground and you give up sight lines, and it's just retreat is crazy and it's not worth it. So, but essentially, yeah, one, two, and three all got their merits, all got their pros and cons, etc. So, um, streets, I see like if you have enough time to contest and everyone spawned a six, holding here is not a bad option because no one has really like no one has time to set up properly at this point. And in the long run, I guess you have an advantage because if you go, oh, god damn it, if you have a sniper, you can shoot down. God damn it, yeah. Ugh. She's got the sight lines, whereas the enemy widow doesn't because she's here. So she's got, she has to set up first, whereas you already set up. And if you die here, like if you staggered from here, where's this? Like this is spawn, isn't it? So if you got six, then you should definitely try and take your fight here. If you're all six, if you staggers, go back, go again, and hold boss right here or car. Um, but yeah, like if you all die as six, definitely try and come back as six. Don't get staggered. Just go along and take a fight right here. Um, if you can get set up here, because again, your the defensive line of sight is better because they're set up. Um, yeah, that's really simple about the Numbani B. The Numbani B is kind of swings and roundabouts. It can work out really well or not work out at all. So that covers that. Um, right, this is where it gets exciting. Even though this looks like the shortest path, simple, right? This is it. Yes, too much weight is not healthy. I agree. I agree. I agree. Exercise is good. Anyway, considering this is the shortest path for the payload for point from this transitional phase of point 2 to point 3, this particular one segment of road, this tunnel underneath, will give the attackers. It's such a pain in the ass. It's such a pain in the ass. It's ridiculous. Yeah, because it's the hardest. Because you essentially have to win a team fight right here. Like I don't want to move the payload here, so I'm going to leave it at B. But you essentially have to win because all teams, and this is good. You know, this is where I see it in every single tier, regardless. People understand first fight positioning for point C on Numbani. It's right here defensively, and that is an absolute ache to get through because there's just a tunnel. There's no corridors. There's nothing. Some players try and go around here for a flank, but the problem is the defense has already got sightlines on this flank. You try to go high ground to here. There's likely a McCree right here who's already cloaked you. There could be a Widow all the way here that's cloaked you. The tanks are here. They're not going to move. Um, so attacking this particular position is super hard, dude. Super hard. And it's not hard because it's just like it's just one choke. It's just one choke. People can take these and obviously don't get me wrong. You know these flanks are not bad. They are not bad at all. These two, but you can catch people off guard for sure. Don't get me wrong, of course. But the, like, if you go for a flank, it becomes straight away becomes a 5v6, and these are such long flanks as well, especially this one here. Providing it pays off. Providing it pays off. Defenders got two good corners. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's talk about the second corner because providing you get this, that like that I don't want like there's not much for me to talk about here because everyone know like most people when it gets to point threes of any map, regardless of the tier, they understand positioning. They're just not sure about like in my mind it's A and B. Most people I play with or played with in the past in most tiers understand that this is the best hold. Oh, obviously, there have been examples in like super low tiers where people hold here, they just literally hold the road, or they hold here, literally underneath the high ground. But yeah, if a team plays this corner well, it's super hard to take. Super hard to take. And position here, there's not much to talk about overall unless you go into like each and every micro play and team compositions and what counters what and how you play it. But it's a grind. It's a grind. Unless you're super coordinated with your team, this little tunnel here is an ball ache. Hey, welcome back, dude. Um, Now let's move back. Say the enemy team has given you so much aggression, they got past this particular corner. Now they hold this corner, right? Okay, good. Go attackers, go. You've got this fantastic corner right here. It's amazing. It's actually great. Because, and what's the main reason why? Because, well, first off, your spawn is literally here and here, right? If you have anyone with long range, shit, boom, straight across, literally along the sight line, onto the window, onto the ground here. They can shoot that way. They can cover this whole area right here to here, and then right here. And that's just one DPS. That's just one DPS. Um, let's bring this back. And again, as attackers, you now decide when to attack. Um, you now get to decide when to attack. But the problem is, this is such good positioning that this needs to be super coordinated, or you just need to get those kills fast. Because same as 2CP, this spawn, like these spawn points are so close to the end. You can literally just, like, I think it's like, blink, 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 and you're already here, and you're ready to contest in like 3 seconds. Um, so this needs to be super quick and clean because the staggers here are super, super quick. And even if you get the payload to the end, Wrecking Ball has got all of this area. He literally can cling on and be an asshole and just like fucking, look at me, I'm Wrecking Ball. Unless you've got no CCs, then GG's. At that point, you'll be back. Yeah, see you later, dude. See you in a bit. Um, that's why Numbani 3 is, and everyone talks about the casters, the players, analysts. Like Numbani third is so hard. That's why it's quite rare to see people complete Numbani third, to be honest. Because on King's Row you can kind of snowball a fight and you can get to that point like holding the doors and stuff. But problem here, you can't really you can't win this fight here, but like providing the payload is still here, then go all the way into spawns because remember there are still flanks. If you just leave a Zen um, on the payload, Tracer can go all the way from here while you fight over here. Avoider can escape to here and have shots here, or even to here. So Numbani third in particular isn't super hard to complete overall. Um, yeah. So you either need a clean fight and win it outright, or um, you somehow roll through, or the defensive team makes a big positioning error or a big error overall. You can just roll through them, but yeah, completing the bunny third is always a huge, huge challenge. And even if you come in, like if it, I've seen teams reach, yeah, drag, reach this point with 5 minutes or something stupid like that, 4 minutes 30 or 5 minutes or whatever, and they cannot complete this one area in that time bank. Because if the defense plays this well, it's really, really hard to complete. But yeah, those are the two. Everyone who played Numbani knows macro plays in macro that corner one, corner two. Everyone knows that. So, except yeah, there's not much more to talk about Numbani third except it's just super hard to finish. Um, that's Numbani.